work first try. But
Ah,
Alrighty, hello everyone. Happy Monday. I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting to order at 5:04 p.m. First up on the agenda, we have roll call. Please let me know if you are present or present and voting. Speaker Johnson. Majority Leader Smith.
Present.
Chairperson Smith. Chairperson Valdez. Chairperson Markowitz.
Present.
Parliamentarian Lunger. Legislator Ali. Legislator Arnold. Legislator DeVore. Legislator Joswicki. Someone be able to close that door. Legislator Ibeza.
Here. Oh,
Present or present voting?
present.
Thank you. Legislator Ibeza.
Present.
Legislator Mays. Stepped out. Legislator Mason.
Present.
Legislator Prashandaro. Legislator Rosario. Legislator Smith. Legislator Smith. Legislator Waters. Legislator Wiegand. Legislator McCoo. Legislator Wolf. Okay. Legislator Ali. And Legislator Mays. Alrighty. With that, we meet quorum. Next up on the agenda, we have our land acknowledgement. We recognize the wrongs done to those forcibly removed from their homelands and commit to fostering an environment of inclusion that is responsive to the needs of First Peoples through our words, policies, and actions. Next up on the agenda, we have the approval of agenda. Is there any motions to amend the agenda at this time? All right, seeing none, we will go ahead and move to a voice vote. Is there any nays at this time? Any yays?
Yay.
All right, with that, the agenda has been approved. Next up on the agenda, we have announcements. Is there any announcements anyone would like to make for the good of the group at this time? Chairperson Smith.
As part of the final judiciary report, I'm putting together all the attendance records for the entire year, summer, fall, and winter. And I'm also just gathering all of the information regarding excused absences because we've had 131-ish filed. If you have any questions regarding your attendance record, if you want me to send you this sheet so you can see what days you were absent and you have a quarrel and don't think something's right, let me know. Yeah. Thank you.
Great. Is there any other announcements anyone would like to make at this time? All right, seeing none, we'll go ahead and move on. First up, we have new business. First thing under new business is CB 6732. This is presented by Speaker Johnson. You have the floor.
Cracking, folks. So, as y'all know, every year we at that event, we like to have food it. So this bill is to set some money aside so that we can, buy food. I have come up with the menu, which I've given to President Garcia, which does fit quite beautifully with his budget. Are there any questions about that? Because that's low. Oh, no, it's-
Legislator Weekend,
I don't know what the building's event is.
Oh, yeah, so it's this end of the year thing we do every year, where we get to have, a little last hurrah at the end of the term and celebrate our successes. Congress. Skedaddle.
Legislator Waters,
Thank you. I just wanted to quickly ask, and this is not for an exhaustive list, but just what are some of the items that we would be buying for the food?
For those who love it, since we're all college students, we've got mac and cheese, and that goes. I did decide to look at some of the more cultural here. And I looked into getting some shawarmas, because I figured that kind of checked multiple boxes. And there's more some drinks. Does that satisfy your question? Or did you?
No, that's good. Thank you. I appreciate that. I yield the floor.
Chairperson Smith,
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify for some newer legislators that weren't there last year, for last year's Gullies, it's super fun. We have little awards, paper plate awards, the paper plate awards nominations in the Slack, right? Somewhere in there, somebody should resend that, just in case. Because I forgot to do most of it. But yeah, it's a super fun event. Don't you red flag me. But yeah, it's a super fun event, great.
I would like to be added as a supporter to this bill.
And
since this is the first reading for this bill, if anyone would like to be added as a supporter, feel free to contact Speaker Johnson between now and next Monday. Any other questions regarding the bill? All right, seeing none, we'll go ahead and move on. Speaker Johnson, did you have anything else?
no, I'm gonna just stay up here.
Oh, yes. Okay, lovely. All right. Next up on the agenda, we have CR 6711. It's also presented by Speaker Johnson.
Okay, so. You've already had. So our lovely friends, viewing the original, had some concerns that should they pass, we sign on to something that labeled DEI specifically in it, the university could incur the wrath of the federal government. So I rewrote what I had originally written with language they might be amenable to. And me, Vice President Romer, and President Garcia wanted to make sure we at least passed both versions of it, because we like to get either one agreed to by the Senate, so that we can say, regardless of whichever one they agree to, we've already, passed it. So that's what you see before you now. If you'd like, we can go into the play by it, but like I said, you've already read this, and you've already agreed to this. I will note, as the author, I do wholeheartedly stand by when I read it. But I am, drafting things that makes life easier for the Senate sometimes. With that, I will yield for questions.
President Garcia?
This is just a question for everyone. I don't know what I think, but I just want to put it out to everyone. Would we rather put forward our original resolution, like the original words that we first passed a couple months ago? Or do we want to put forward this edited version for the sake of pleasing them? I just wanted to start the discussion, see what you all thought.
Chairperson Smith?
I just wanted to say, obviously, I support this. This is great. I, of course, love the original wording a little bit more because, yeah, being forced to change the wording is a form of censorship that I do not like. And I would prefer seeing the original resolution up from the University Senate. Whether or not they'll allow that is a them thing, am I wrong?
Will offer, will note for some folks, that it is more so the Senate steering committee we are having to please with this one. Most of the faculty actually likes what we just find. I will yield for more questions and comments. Legislative.
Yeah, I'm gonna pair a lot of what Chairperson Smith said. This is great. I liked the original version that was more explicit more. But if we can, if it cannot be passed by the Senate steering committee, I would be fine with this going up. It basically does the exact same thing. It's just worded a little, it's got a little less punch in its wording. So, I mean, I would be okay with this, but I would prefer the original wording that I did before. Thank you.
Yeah, no, totally like what you're saying.
Sorry.
You're good, Director Linderpace.
I like that Speaker Johnson has brought up a bill where we are the ones rewording it rather than allowing Senate steering, because I know that that was the big issue that was brought up by the professors, was that it was kind of somebody up the chain of command censoring us in a way. So at least it's, again, well, echoing the sentiments of everyone here, I would prefer to be more explicit with the rules. If they're going to take issue with that, at least we will have the final say on what the resolution says. And I think that this is a lot. This will maybe help appease some of the professors who were wary about removing the phrase media. And honestly, this doesn't negate us our ability to bring up the other resolution. This could even serve as just a back. Thank you, I yield.
So to give a little bit of context, we provided the very, like the original one to the Senate Steering Committee, and they were not on the same page of presenting that one. But when we reached out to isn't Mike Lacha the Senate parliamentarian? Yeah, okay, so we reached out to Professor Lacha, and he said that like the steering committee doesn't have to agree with the resolution, like they don't have to agree with it or approve of it. So I'm hoping that we can still get it on the agenda if we, he gave us some advice on how to like still pass them and still get it on the agenda. But again, we can have this one as a backup if they really don't let us, but I don't know, I think and another thing that they brought up, a couple of professors, because the majority of professors that were at the Senate meeting were supportive of this resolution. Some of them brought up like, hey, like even if you like bring it up to the on the agenda and like it doesn't get passed, like I think like the important thing is that it was on the record and let the cards fall how they will, but as long as it was on the record and we, talked about it, we had a conversation about it, so. That's all.
Steering. Aaron, to what we originally. But much rather, we rewrite it and say, fine, if you don't like our original wording, here's how we're willing to rephrase it. Instead of hoping and praying that they can take this. I also don't want our original intent and original wording to get too lost and muddled in the fold, which is why I'd rather us take charge on that instead of leaving it up to them. That's just me, not everybody has to agree with that.
Chairperson Smith?
Thank you. Yeah, I would just want to say that I would very much like to see the original copy put in front of the University Senate and hopefully passed by the University Senate, but if we end up having this as a backup, passing this and putting it forward instead, I can't complain. Like at heart, it's the same thing. It means the same thing, but I mean, it's the meaning of it. It's the meaning of having the original copy be put through. That is what's important, not the actual, of course, the actual content is important, but having the original go in front of the Senate is a very important thing, especially for the communities mentioned. Thank you.
Yes, the principle. I would like it, no, in case you're wondering how different the two are, I literally made a copy of the original and changed 3 words throughout the document. That is it. Everything else is an exact carbon copy.
Director Ruiz?
With that being said, were we able to reach out to some of the original supporters of the document? Like I know Glenn McIntosh had supported the original, a couple of clubs had supported the original. I know that's a pretty robust operation, but it might be nice to have Glenn McIntosh support again.
I agree, given that I had this put on the agenda today, I would not. But if folks here would like to sign on, I'm more than happy to share access.
President Garcia?
That's a really great point about the supporters, because I think, like, you know, our original one has so many supporters, so it would be nice to have that one. But I kind of just wanted to show you guys what the version that the steering committee let me present, what that one looked like. Just because I just want you guys to see.
Let's see if y'all have the same image.
So this is the bill we see, oh, this is not, so sorry. Is it this one? Yeah, that's this
Yeah.
one. That's the entirety of what. They also took out completely like an entire point about like continuing like the funding for the offices.
Chairperson Smith?
Yeah, just gonna voice my opinions on what's unfortunately in front of my eyes at the moment. This is a complete disgrace to the actual document that we passed. There's nothing to this. The Senate welcomes any opportunity to engage with OU's strategic response team. What are you even saying there? Like, what is the meaning of that? And just mentioning certain heritage celebrations and other events, but not the actual offices that primarily host them, and not being in support of the communities in and of themselves is insulting. Yeah, I don't like this with that idea.
Tell it just copy and pasted what I wrote and stuff out. Cherry pick the thing.
Legislator Waters?
Thank you. Once again, me and Chairperson Smith have a lot of agreement here. Why even put this up? Like, this is a completely different thing. They got it. And at this point, like, you may as well just shut it down completely, in my opinion. This is, as Chairperson Smith said, this is honestly kind of insulting. Not like I really do not like this that is up in front of me. I just cannot,
Really request is if you're gonna copy my work, at least do so efficiently. Yeah.
All right, so regarding CR 6711, is there any other comments or questions or discussion about the resolution at this time? Chairperson Smith?
I just kind of want to discuss like what's the plan? Do we want to pass this and keep it in reserves and then try and pass the original by the Senate? Or just go ahead with this, or like what's the idea here?
Speaker Johnson?
Acknowledge, the plan is to try to get them to pass the original. If they still refuse, try this. And if they're just dead set on doing nothing, we have the option to withdraw it in general. And then at the Senate meeting during the good and welfare section, tell the entire Senate why we withdrew it. and see what they decide to do with it then, to my knowledge, but I checked with President Garcia on that because she knows more about that than I would you.
Yes, that is exactly the plan. Any other questions, comments, or concerns at this time? Great, seeing none, we will go ahead and move to a vote. Chairperson Smith. Legislator DeVore. Legislator Rosario. Legislator Waters. Speaker Johnson. Majority Leader Smith.
Abstain.
Chairperson Valdez. Chairperson Markowitz.
Yay.
Parliamentarian Lunger.
Yay.
Legislator Ali. Legislator Arnold. Legislator Jozwicki. Legislator Ibeza.
Yay.
Legislator Ibeza.
Abstain.
Legislator Mays. Legislator Maystone.
Yay.
Legislator Prishendaro. Legislator Wiegand. Legislator McCoo. So sorry. Legislator Wolf. Okay. With that, CR 6711 has been passed by the legislature. So we'll go ahead and move on. Next up on the agenda, we have old business. First up under old business is CV 6730. This is presented by Chairperson Valdez. You have the floor. So what would be next is to get a new line on the legislative legislative and this is the beginning. Transfer 150 ultimately we're excluding to the line item and this is the giveaway. And the goal would be to get to this. But honestly, I think is even the words in the game is really to get more outreach work to see. So last meeting, they would someone requested to see the sheet for funding, so it's up to so that's what we would be spending our money on. So the first time I'm going in speaker is telling a wildflower Lego set and then it's beat sold for we want so those are going most people. Ferrari logo set, Lego set and 6 LCAs. So are there any questions regarding? Legislator Bates. There we enter again. I don't know. I mean, the whole point is to get people outside of what we get to know us, so maybe not. President Garcia?
Just because like the total amount is really close to like the 550 that you're trying to allocate, I had a quick question. Are the prices on there, like, are those like the, because sometimes like Amazon will have like a discounted price. Do you list like the original prices or like the discounted prices? But, and for that one, did you write the original price? Okay, we just like an FYI, like whenever you do any type of purchases, you have to write like the original price, because you never know if like a discount is gonna like go away. And another question with regards to, I see that like another box says tax. Okay. Does the total include that tax?
Yeah.
Okay, then we should be fine. All of these are from Amazon?
Yeah.
So I don't think we're gonna be like charged tax. Okay, and are there any like shipping costs with regards to like the Lego ones? I know that we won't get a shipping cost.
No.
Okay. Okay. I'm wondering if. Yeah, you might wanna do get it from Amazon, but, I'm just thinking because I just don't wanna go over the 550 since we're so close to it, but it should be fine, especially if that takes into account a 6% tax, but yeah.
Also to keep in mind too, the side products can always be reworked, but in terms of the bill specifically, it's allocating that money. Legislative board?
Yeah, I was wondering if it's possible to like amend that number to being like, I don't know, like 560, 570, just so we have a little bit more wiggle room, should that like sale on that one thing not work?
President Garcia?
Marion, you made a really good point about how like we can always change the items, so like if for whatever reason it does go over 550, then we can just take something out.
Yeah. Any other questions or comments regarding CB 6730? All right, seeing none, we'll go ahead and move to a vote. Thank you, Chairperson Valdez. Great, Chairperson Smith. Legislator DeVore. Legislator Rosario. Legislator Waters. Speaker Johnson. Majority Leader Smith.
Yay.
Chairperson Valdez. Chairperson Markowitz.
Yay.
Parliamentarian Munger.
Yay.
Legislator Ali. Legislator Arnold. Legislator Driswicki. Legislator Iveza.
Yay.
Legislator Iveza.
Yay.
Legislator Mays. Legislator Mason.
Yay.
Legislator Prishandaro. Legislator Wiegand. Legislator McCoo. Legislator Wolf. All right, with that, CB 6730 has been passed. Alrighty, moving on. Next up under old business, we have CR 6710. This is presented by Parliamentarian Lunger. You have the floor. There's a motion to table CR 6710, seconded by Chairperson Smith. Great. Next up, we'll move into discussion. There is nothing under discussion for today, so we will go ahead right into legislative updates. First up, we have update from Speaker of the Legislature. Speaker Johnson, you have the floor.
Hi, folks, don't worry, I don't have to eat lunch. Like this, good evening meeting as well. So far, the ledge hasn't been up to too much from what I've heard. I do apologize that I couldn't make our meeting on Wednesday. The emergency with my cousin, then we came to find that my aunt doesn't actually know what the definition of an emergency is. So that was a very fun day for me. But, yeah, you can red flag my aunt, it's okay, I told her that too, so it's cool. Other than that, we do have task forces this Wednesday, correct?
Yep.
Okay, we look forward to seeing what those, and with that, I will yield the floor.
All right, thank you, Speaker Johnson. Next up, we have liaison reports. Is there any liaisons who would like to give their report? Parliamentarian Munger.
You can just, yeah, I don't wanna make you get up.
PCO is still looking for e-board members. We're still looking for a new president, vice president, and treasurer for the summer. We're trying to keep the club alive, and keep it going. So so far we only have I'm gonna keep my position as secretary of the e-board, but we need 3 more members to keep the club going. So if anyone's interested, please reach out to me or Director Skinner, let me know.
Thank you, Parliamentarian Munger. Is there any other liaisons at the meeting today that would like to provide their report? All right, seeing none, is there any updates related to legislative projects and initiatives at this time? Chairperson Smith.
Yeah, as I was saying earlier, I'm putting together the final annual judicial report, which hasn't been done for a long time. And I want to stress this enough because I said this at the end of the summer and I said this at the end of the fall. And I was like, hey, if you have any issues with your attendance record, take it up with me. And then nobody took it up with me until last second. If you do it this time, I will not care. Do not take it up with me last second. If you are interested in looking at what goes into the judicial report, like, and interested in accessing any like stuff we've done or just interested in hearing about it, let me know, because I'll be more than happy to give you a little rant into the little initiative I've had being closed doors. I have been working on a thing that I don't think I'm gonna end up getting done this term just because I don't have the time, which is like providing a new section of the bylaws, which is essentially like a quote unquote cheat sheet of like definitions, important things to know, things we constantly reference in the bylaws. So new legislators don't have to try and read through the entire thing, and people who aren't interested in Congress also don't have to do that when you reference certain things, because that's an issue. I'm like, I don't know, 40% of the way done. I've been working on it since like December, but it's just like not gonna happen this term, which sucks, but it's ready to be picked up next term. There was a project I was working on regarding better attendance keeping, because sometimes I get a little busy in keeping attendance as I'm like a little forgetful with that. So I was working on an automatic system, but that kind of fell through because coding is hard and takes time. Yeah, so if anyone has any questions regarding their attendance record at all, let me know. There's a massive sheet with every single time you've ever attended a meeting. It's there. Let me know if you want to see it. That I yield.
Thank you, Chairperson Smith. Is there any other updates related to legislative projects and initiatives at this time? All right, seeing none, is there any questions related to legislative reports? All right, seeing none, we'll go ahead and move on to executive reports. First up, we have President Garcia. You have the floor.
Hello, a lot of this week has been supporting a lot of the e-board initiatives that we've been working on for the past couple of months. The most exciting one is this week, because Neurodivergence Week. There's gonna be events every day. Some of them are just like events from like other student organizations, but we're trying to promote those as well. The ones the Student Congress is organizing is, I think the first one is tomorrow. Yeah, the birdhouses. But I'll let Valerie do that, because I don't want to steal her shine, but there's a lot of really great opportunities to sign up and work and staff those events. The tabling sign up sheet is in the Google Drive. Everyone should have access to the Google Drive. If you don't, please let me know and I can add you. But everyone should be on there. And also then the week after that, we have Earth Month, and then the week after that, or maybe the week after that, I don't know, but we have exam cram as well. And then today was the very first day of voting for the Student Congress elections, which is really exciting. Chairperson, well, Director Richardson has been putting a lot of work into that. And yeah, got a few different things that I've been working on the past week, but please let me know if anyone has any questions. That's all.
All right, I will also keep mine pretty simple. More vending machine updates. I'm sure we're all so sick of hearing about the vending machine still and how it is not fully running, but good news. I tested everything today. I tested all the spirals. For the most part, there is like one row that we have some issues with, and there's like 2 different rows, like we have some issues with fitting the Narcan in there. But besides that, we are able to start stocking stuff in there. And so I think we're going to go ahead and kind of soft launch it and put all the things that we can put in there and start advertising it. And then, you know, we can work out the rest of the kinks that we still have with the machine itself. There is also going to be tabling that we're going to be doing once a week, every Thursday from noon to 2. If you would like to help out, please let me know. I could definitely use a helping hand. But essentially, we're just going to be bringing some of the products out and tabling in different buildings around campus, just so that we can help to increase that awareness so students know that that vending machine is there. So if you're interested, let me know. I also added in here the stuff regarding Speaker Johnson's resolution in the Senate, but I think for the most part, we pretty much went over that. So if anyone has any questions about that, please let me know. I will add on to that regardless of the way we choose to, you know, either put up the resolution or whether we read it during good and welfare, whatever, I think it would be really important to have students at the Senate meeting. It is a public meeting, and I think it's important for all of us and the larger campus community to be there. President Garcia will send out an invite, and we're also going to be advertising it tomorrow at Love It. This is our big, exciting celebration. We're super pumped about it. Okay, I lied. It's Thursday noon. That's my bad.
No, it's Thursday. Yeah.
Yes.
WXOU is gonna be there.
Okay, yes. Thursday, President Garcia. Thursday at noon. I would love to see as many of you there as possible. It is going to be a fun event. There will be music. It's just a big show of community. And I think we're definitely at a time where there's, you know, a lot of tension regarding lots of different things. And I think it's important to remember that, you know, we're all students here at Oakland before anything else. So that's essentially the point. And I'm excited about it. We also met with Haley Monroe from the REC. She works with Courtney Heilman, if any of you know who either of them are. But essentially, we were just discussing, you know, how do we move forward with Mindful Mondays? You know, what's the most effective way to do that? How do we increase engagement? Who do we need to loop into this more? So that was just a bit of brainstorming. And then also, I'm sure we've mentioned it before, but we have a student body mass email talking about all the stuff that Student Congress has done throughout the year and a lot of the resources that we give away. So that will be going out tomorrow afternoon. We just got confirmation for that today. So very excited about it. Talk to all your friends about it. It'll be really cool. But with that, I yield. Okay. So next up for executive reports, we have our OUSC advisors, Advisor Miller.
One thing I want to do is please be respectful while campaigning. I would appreciate that, and I'm sure the student body would as well. And a great role model at the same time. Today is the last day for nominations for the Student Activities and Leadership Awards Banquet, which is next Wednesday, which you are all invited. And I'm hoping that you are still nominating yourself, nominating others, and nominating the groups. And I'm gonna plug it again. Next Tuesday is the Etiquette Mixer and Dress for Success fashion show. And we are looking for models. So if you are interested, please let us know that you would like to show your professional side at this particular event. The banquet, as I said, is next Wednesday from 5 to 7. And I want to wish everyone a happy April. And realize there's only 18 more days of school. Woo. So that means stay focused and balanced. You need to stay healthy, mentally, physically, spiritually, socially, and emotionally. So that we all make it together to the end and we see the light at the end of the prize.
All right, thank you Advisor Miller for that much needed reminder. Moving on, is there any updates related to e-board projects and initiatives at this time? Chairperson Matthews, I don't know why that took me so long, so sorry.
So as you guys know, summer funding period is coming up, which is starting April 2nd. We announced our budget, but it is gonna be $2,000 for the summer with $1,000 for special initiatives. And that you guys approved, so there will be no category limits on that. Yay. Woo. And probably starting next week, we'll be starting to send out, emails to the, if you guys got the email, if like you're part of a president, not part, if you're a part of a club as a president or a treasurer, or probably any e-board member, we're gonna be starting, to send out more emails regarding the new financial process. So if you are part, oh my goodness, I am so sorry. If you have submitted the SLF committee form, that's who our kind of testing project group will be based on. And the SLF committee, we are still going forward with that. However, it's going to be with a lot of changes since the separation was not approved. So it is a very much revised version of what I initially presented. But yes, the SLF committee, please fill out that form if you want to be a part of reviewing the new financial process.
All right, is there any other updates related to e-board projects and initiatives at this time? All right. Oh, I'm so sorry. Director Al-Jajawi.
Thank you.
Hello. Oh, I lost my voice. One moment. So sorry, guys. You want me to go first? I can go. Okay. Please do that.
Director Richardson.
All right, I'll say some election stuff now instead of doing it in announcements. Voting has opened. Yes, it opened today at 9 a.m. You can vote up until April 4th, this Friday at 11:59. Some reminders, do not send the direct voting link in any form of social media, any form of messages to anybody. I've said this enough. I said it a million times during orientation and I said it a million times today. I feel like, do not send direct voting links to anybody. You can encourage them to please check out our Instagram, USC official, or you can show them the flow code, which the direct link is in the flow code, but you just can't provide them the direct link, especially it's on GrizWorks as well, but yeah, I digress. Basically, I cannot say this enough. If you send the direct link to people, and this is why we can't do it, if you send the direct link, it looks like soliciting, which is not allowed under any circumstance. Especially if you're like, oh yeah, you haven't voted yet, here's the link. If they don't know who to vote for, they're probably gonna vote for you. It looks weird, people, let's just not do it. And again, we don't want a ton of grievances filed, being filed, because it doesn't look good on the on our Congress. So just going forward, no more direct link sending. And if you have any questions, please talk to me. I know it's a hard week, it's elections week, you'll have a bunch of questions, so just come talk to me. With that, I yield.
Director Al-Jajawi. Testing, okay, we're better now. Thank you, Taylor.
Hi, guys. Okay. So for Neurodivergence Acceptance Week, I'll give everyone the rundown. Thank you to everyone that came to Mindful Mondays today. And tomorrow we have a neurodivergent support group running from 2 to 3:30, hosted by the Counseling Center here in the Oakland Center though. So it'll be room 128. And then we'll be hosting our own event, the birdhouse painting, if anyone remembers from last year. What, no green flags? Thank you. Yeah. That'll be taking place in Lake Superior, 4 to 5 p.m. And we do need a few more people to help sign up and prepare the event or help on the event and clean up the event, so please, come support. And Wednesday, we have our organization showcase from 12 to 2 p.m. Really, in the food court hallway where we normally do. And then from 2:15 to 4 p.m. in the ambassador rooms, we have a special neurodivergent perspectives and sensory workshop. And we'll be having a plethora of different giveaways. So make sure to start back for that. We also will need help bringing like food for this event, the birdhouse event. So please, help out with that. Please do, sign up, let me know, send me a text, whatever it may be. I appreciate everything and anything. Then Thursday, we have a lot of options for yoga. Yes, and different types of yoga. Those will be all taking place in the RAG in Studio 919 from 10:45 to 11:45, and again from 12:10 to 1 p.m. And then to reiterate, to clarify any confusion, the above unity rally will be taking place on Thursday at 12 p.m. taking place at the Elliott Tower. And then bring your friends, just show up, have fun, have a good time, show your love, be kind, all good things. And then throughout the whole entire week, we will be having the library highlight some books displaying, there's so many words going through my head. In the library, they'll be displaying a week-long selection of books relevant to neurodivergence. So it'll be insightful, it'll be educational, and it'll be better to educate ourselves. And promote it too to anyone who might not be aware. And then we have an event hosted by Active Minds, thank you. I need glasses, my apologies. Hosted by Active Minds is on Zoom, so it'll be taking place from 5:30 to 6:30, and if you are someone who doesn't want to leave your bed, this is the perfect event to go to. And I would have like, what are you reading? Okay, does anyone have any questions? I know I just talked for a while. Never mind. I yield.
Director Skinner?
Yeah, so the trail, we made really good progress this weekend. We were successfully carved a path through part of the forest that was at first impassable, and we put signs for it. So now you can navigate it. If you go down to the heritage site, you'll find the trail around there. It's marked by blue signs. But yeah, we just need more volunteers, and it should be done by the summer. Maybe bittens.
All right, thank you, Director Skinner. Next up, is there any questions related to executive reports at this time? All right, seeing none, we will go ahead and move on. Is there any comments from the gallery at this time?
I bet it would be a comment.
Hi, it's me again. This week, it's just on CR 6711. Having read the Senate version from the back, I just want to say I prefer this version, and that one actively made my fight or flight go off. And so I do appreciate the fact that you guys rewrote it yourselves.
Any other comments from the gallery at this time? Is there any announcements anyone would like to make at this time? Director El-Jajawi.
I appreciate you. Okay, also, tell everybody you know about Neurodivergence Acceptance Week. Bring everybody to all the events, bringing friends, we got food, food. Repost it on your Instagram. DM it to like anyone that you follow, people that you don't follow, like. Get the word out there. Okay, thank you. That's all.
Parliamentarian Munger.
I will be volunteering at the OSI at 7 p.m. I'll be working on arts and scraps projects. If anyone from OUSC would like to join me, that'd be great. And also on Saturday, from 11:30 to 3:30, I'll be volunteering at the OU Rec Center for Autism Family Fun Day. Autism Family Fun Day is an event for neurodivergent children and their families. And there's several different activities, including face painting, swimming, board games, bounce houses, and crafts. So if anyone else would like to join me and help out with this event at the rec center on Saturday, that'd be great.
Director Skinner?
Forgot to mention this, so the Repair Cafe will be April 10th. If you guys want to help volunteer, that'd be really helpful. Or if you want to repair something, bring clothes, screen protectors. We actually have someone who can fix technology this time, which is exciting. And the original, the art fair is going to be soon, and there will be some art on display. It's pretty cool. I suggest you all go. That'll be April 9th.
As for both of those events, there is a sign up on the tabling sign up if anyone wants to staff those events. Also, if you have a skill and you can repair stuff, I added a section to the tabling sign up. If you would like to add yourself and the skill that you have and what times you are available. Chairperson Smith?
I can speak a lot today, well. I just wanted to say, just as we're closing, wow, the red flag, that's amazing. As we're closing in on the end of the administration, I just wanted to say this has been an amazing term to draft legislation, an amazing term to work with everyone. And I just wanted to remind everyone that there, including this meeting, which is now almost over, there is only 3 meetings left.
Not done yet. Okay, let's not say our goodbyes yet.
I know. Meeting.
Next week, I'm telling results.
Yeah, pass it, go put it next week or you're done with it. Also, this is the first time in months we've had a 1-hour meeting, so. But with that.
Great, and the stage of during Chairperson Smith actually mentioned, I will go ahead and adjourn. Ms. Garcia.
I just thought this is like, it's just an idea, I don't know, out there, like, what if we just did like an impromptu meeting after this, just cause it's a short meeting.
Okay, but that's all. Okay, bye.
See you, stick us swear. I adjourn this meeting at 5:57 p.m.
Wait, that's my Nick. Nick can find me like that. Let's go to